might be more involved than it should be. But yeah.
Awesome.
So anyway,
Very
so
cool.
Gerald, I'll pass it on. What you doing?
Only a few things. I was in California this week, working from our California office. My iPad is not cooperating with me. I got a rental car, and I just want to say, so like before I had an older car, as everyone knows, I got a new car, and before it was like, oh, it's kind of cool to rent a car because like it's always going to be something newer than what I currently drive, and now I'm like, I just want to drive my new car.
Yeah.
Man. This thing, I got like a crappy Ford Focus, and the brakes are shot. It was just.
I have a total different theory on renting cars.
Sure.
I go to them and I say, I want the worst car you have. Because I already drive a crappy car. So I want to feel good when I get back into my car.
That's a good point.
I don't want to drive some super
I'd be
awesome
like,
car.
I want to go back to the rental.
I'm like, they're like, this thing doesn't have automatic windows. Perfect. Perfect.
Do they still make cars?
Yes,
They don't. Not anymore.
They did. I rented, well, it was a couple of years back, but I did rent like a Hyundai Accent with like no power locks or windows.
The
and
base
I was
is the
like,
base.
This is still the universal sign for roll down your window.
It
Because I
is.
was walking outside when Alyssa was in the car, and I was trying to get her attention, and I was like,
Oh yeah, right. It's like, do what? Just
hit the button.
down the
This is
window.
why you got to watch our YouTube channel. But yeah, the internet.
Visual gags, people. Come
But
on.
yeah, I just said, get the worst car you have. That's what I want to rent. Because when I get my car back, I want to be happy about that.
Yeah.
So you
Now,
have the
do you
opposite.
I have
drive
the
it like
opposite.
an a-hole though when you get
Well,
your-
that car was already a piece of garbage
Yeah.
that apparently had a maintenance skipped or something. It was like really jittery, really low idle when not moving, just really bad. So I drove it like it
Yeah, like a
deserved to be
teenager.
But yeah, so I was really disappointed with that, but that's fine. I'll do my another PSA. The left lane people on the freeway for passing only. Dear God, please learn how to drive. Other than that, I could play one video game from my hotel room because the internet's crappy. Couldn't stream my PS4, but I played a Hyper Light Drifter
Yes.
a little bit. I played a few hours of it actually.
You like it?
What is that?
Hyper Light Drifter. It's a PC game. It's got an 8-bit old
It's
school.
on PS4 as well. It may be on Xbox One by now, but I
think
did
so.
see it on the PS4
Yeah,
store.
it's like it's got kind of a Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past kind of feel to it as far as like the fighting.
Yeah, adventure game, but it's more, you know what Dark Souls is?
Mm.
So, like, if
It's
you get
hard.
hit in this game, yeah, you want to, like, do a hit, dodge, you know what I mean? If you just sit there and hack and slash, you're going to die. And that's my thing about this game. I don't like it that much,
Really?
because
'Cause
it's
it's so hard?
brutally difficult.
Yeah.
And I have it set to, like, the normal difficulty.
Yeah, it's hard.
One, you can't change difficulty after you start a save file. You have to start the game all over again if you want to do the easy mode.
See,
And
I
apparently
prefer
easy,
that.
all it does is just add one bullet to your health, which...
Yeah.
And I'm on the first
They're
They're
boss.
like, that's not the problem.
How far did you get? Did you beat the first boss up north?
Yeah.
I couldn't beat that freaking boss, man.
Yeah, I think I'm like right at the end of the game because I've
Oh wow.
beat like north, east, and south. I just need west, and then
I got the 3 shards up north, and you can only get the 4th one after you beat the boss. And I could not beat the boss.
No,
and I
it's-
probably spent an hour playing the boss. I was just like, I'm done.
this is one of those games where it's like you have to keep losing, and then eventually and then when you finally
memorize
and then when you finally get it, you're like, and you always get it by like the seat of your pants. Like it's like,
Oh yeah, and there's the
thank
part where
God.
like I need to get through this whole entire room, and I had 1 health, and I didn't have any like the health packs left. You could technically probably go back and find a health pack eventually, but I'm like, I get this far, I don't have to like backtrack here. But you start in like a save room, and you go into the room. I would defeat one enemy, go back, save, defeat another enemy, go back, save, because it saves the progress. Because you just barely get hit. You're like, you got to restart.
There's no respawning of the guys when you leave the room.
No, just in the back of the last checkpoint. That's
good.
saved.
That's nice.
it's a fun game though, and it gets better because then you start to buy upgrades, and then it becomes easier.
Well, I got the upgrade to like deflect the blast and stuff. That's really helpful.
Do you use the gun a lot? Because the gun is like.
Sometimes it does
It's
pretty
like
good
one of
damage.
those things where it's like slash gun slash back away.
But you can't. It's really hard to do that though, because the way you control the gun and stuff is you hold the trigger, but you can't move and shoot at the same time.
Yeah,
It's like Resident Evil style, where you have to stop, aim, shoot, and then you can. It's so having to time all that together. It definitely takes an expert of video games. But from what I was reading, I'm like, is this like, am I stupid? Like, am I? And it's like, no, the first boss, is one of the hardest bosses in the whole entire game. I'm like, why would you start off with the most hard? Like,
Is it the hard though? Because you,
like
don't
the-
have all your upgrades.
yeah.
That's why. it's the
Partly,
hardest?
yeah, because it gets.
but to get currency to buy those upgrades,
you have to beat the boss.
and you beat like some set of enemies and you'll get a currency, but it's not like you can like leave that area and come back and like farm that area. Like once those enemies are dead, they're dead. You see their bodies on the ground the whole entire game. So you can't just farm currency to buy upgrades.
What do you think about like aesthetics and music of the game?
Wonderful, like probably one of the best games that are like that.
Like, I
And like
downloaded
the
the
fighting
soundtrack.
feels good, right? Like when you finally are like, oh, I did it. Like, that feels really good.
Right.
But when you're spending an hour to defeat one enemy, like, I'm done. Sorry. But everything else is great, right?
Yeah, like Shovel Knight's similar. Like I started playing that.
God, that game's brutal too, man.
Yeah, the game's really hard, and it's like you just have to. It's like calling customer service. Be prepared to like have a difficult time.
See, and there's so many games right now I'm playing. I'm far too old to sit here and play one boss for hours and hours. Like, there's too much stuff I'd rather do.
Right.
I mean, but it is great. I mean, for the people who like that kind
co-op
of
with you.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. From what I said, it's just a second fighter, but maybe you can.
No,
help me
that
defeat the
probably
boss.
makes it way easier.
Yeah, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm willing to pick that back up to try to co-op. But other than that, if we can't beat that boss, then I'm over it. But I mean, it's still really great. It looks great. It's kind of weird because there's no text in the whole entire game. So when you go quote unquote talk to somebody, they're just like they just make a sound in their language, and everything's done by pictures. So like even like when you're buying a sword upgrade, it just shows you a picture and an animation of what the upgrade does. It's not like you are buying sword level 2, blah blah blah. So that's kind of cool, and you kind of have to figure it out. It's not like, oh, press A to do this, press X to do this. So that is cool.
See, I like the not hand holding. I think we're a little too nanny state on the video games.
I like that of the game. It's just I don't like the brutally difficult part of the game.
The game is very, very, very hard.
Speaking of video games, when I got back last night, I was up till 3 in the morning playing Halo Wars Remastered. Beat that because Halo Wars 2 comes out on the 21st of this month.
I saw the commercial, like the used car
commercial
with the grunt or whatever. That was pretty good.
Yeah,
not a grunt. What is he called? What are Brute? Yeah.
Is Axiox is his name? Some guy. But very cool. The story is like ridiculous, and like it's funny because that game is done by Ensemble, I think. Before 343 bought the whole Halo rights to it, but the voice acting's not great, and like it's ridiculous. But like the cutscenes are so cool, and you see like Spartans like gun down a bunch of elites, and like it's super cool, but really campy. And I'm assuming Halo Wars 2 will take a little bit more serious because it seems like they're taking more serious.
Yeah, but I enjoy the campier parts of Halo.
That's me too.
I like the ridiculous.
Like, I like both. You know, if it gets too in one direction, that's like, come on.
That's
guys.
what I don't like when Halo gets its own ass, where it's like so serious. It's like, guys. Like the guy's on a floating chair and he has a crown and he the prophet of truth.
But that was in the first game. Like you're gonna get like that's fine campiness, but it's like in Halo Wars, like the flood's there, right? But like the flood is explained in like when you see them in Halo and all the other Halo games, but they're just kind of here on this planet, but it's kind of like a planet inside a planet. It's kind of cool.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
And I feel so like there's another thing with Halo games too. I feel like every Halo game we get, you have to have a weird looking quote unquote planet or like terrain. So like the first one's like, oh, it's a planet, but it's on a ring.
Right.
Whoa. And then you got to Halo 3. Well, Halo 2 was like, oh, there's another ring. And then there's the Ark, right? Which is the thing that makes the rings. And even that has like the little fins that have little planets on them.
Yeah.
And then in Halo Wars, it looks like a big planet, but it opens up and you go in and it's like the whole inside, like think of like the inside of the crust of a planet is land as well. And in the middle of this planet is the sun.
Right.
It's
like its own little solar system.
Yeah. So like in the game, you're slingshotting yourself around the sun in the middle of the planet to get out the hole in the other planet. It's stupid, but I feel like every one of these games that come out, we got to like outdo the quote unquote planet thing.
Yeah, the planet's got to be weirder, bigger, crazier.
Yeah, but I mean it's still really cool. Just getting ready for the story in the Halo Wars 2. But yeah,
is Halo Wars 2 going to take place like right after Halo Wars 1?
No, because like what happens at the end of Halo Wars 1, spoiler alert, is they all go into cryo sleep, and then they supposedly try to go back to Earth, but they don't really know. They're like really far out in deep space, and supposedly Halo Wars 2 takes place like decades after Halo Wars 1. And after I think everything that's happened on the other Halo games happens. So
isn't that like almost
the Spirit of Fire
realistic time? Because hasn't it been like a decade since Halo Wars?
It's been a while, yeah.
It's been a long time.
But I think like 20 or 30 years.
I like when they do that.
When it's like real time.
Real time, like the time between the games is the time between the games. Like, yeah, that is cool.
So that was cool. What else we got here?
It's crazy. It's like decades go by now. It's like, oh yeah, that was a decade ago.
They were talking about this the other day. I was listening to some people. There was this little kid. Well, he wasn't little, but he was like, teenager, and he was telling his mom, and he's like, at least I wasn't born in the 1900s. And I was like, what a mean thing to say. Wow. Like, yeah, we were born in the, he's true. Like, I was born in the 2000s. Right, You're old. And I was like,
yeah, that's why you're a snarky little jerk.
But I was like, I was born in the 1900s.
Yeah, no, that'll be cool. Like living through the teens, like if we think about the people that lived through the teens of the 19th century, we're like Susan B. Anthony, It's just like, man, that was old ass lady.
Yeah, it's going to be a sad day when you're like, what, you were born in the 80s? The 1980s? Wow.
Yeah, they have to say 1980s.
Because they'll be over 100 by then, hopefully, right? Because they'll be all robot bodies and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope so.
Anyway, speaking of video games, the last video game I played, my buddy Alex and I got PS4s for Christmas, so we set up the home sharing thing, which is you and I have that set up with our Xboxes.
Yeah.
Really similar, where you set the other person's console as the quote-unquote home console, so they can download your paid digital games.
Right,
and
so you
vice
can both
versa.
play games.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
What? Can I do that? Well, you guys have tons of paid for games that I can download.
Well, you can only set up one home console.
Yeah,
so.
see, this is
So
one
you
of
guys
those...
are one way.
So you guys already married, and I'm just like, hi.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
you wouldn't
yes,
play me
sorry.
anyway. Shut up.
Right, that's the point. And it's one of those give and take.
I mean,
right?
we barely play, too.
I'm called a leach in the.
Exactly.
Yeah,
David and I do listen, I'll buy this digital
Yeah.
game, and you buy the next one.
Exactly.
I
You bought
wouldn't-
Forza,
I
I bought
wouldn't
Gears of
work well.
War.
Both of which we don't play. What a waste.
I played Gears. I need to finish it, but yeah.
But anyway, so we set up that home sharing thing, and he bought this rhythm game that came out called Amplitude. Amplitude, am I saying that right? Yeah. And it's a harmonics game, and it's a Kickstarter remake of a game that they came out. This is before Rock Band days. And I can't forget what the other game is called, but it was on PS2, I want to say. And it's kind of weird. It's pretty much you're a spaceship on this track, and there's 3 different, think of like a DDR rhythm game, right? There's 3 different lanes, and the controls are either left button, and then right button, and then right bumper for the left, middle, right. So it's kind of weird because you have 2 right fingers that are controlling.
So it's DDR for your fingers.
Pretty much. And there's different things, but it's based on a techno kind of music, like DDR. But you control each track, right? So in this lane that has the 3 buttons, it's the bass track, and
why
then you
don't we
swap
just make
over.
a DDR game with your...
with a spaceship.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, you blew my mind.
He's like, we have to make it a little bit different.
Shut up.
Okay, keep going.
So anyway, you're in, I guess, in the human brain. I don't know. The story, quote unquote, of it is really dumb, but it is cool because you're playing a techno song, right? And you switch different tracks. So first you're playing the bass track, and then at the end of that string of notes, then you swap over to the vocals track and kind of all this stuff. And as long as you string it along together, you're combining all these tracks together into a song. If you screw up on one, but it's actually really cool. It's very difficult. Playing
Which
with
part, the right bumper or the left trigger?
Just playing with the bumpers and triggers is really weird.
Well, also,
First, I tried changing it where you can use the face buttons, but it goes so quick. You have to, use that.
I always enjoy the rhythm games because of that slow unlocking ability, your own personal unlocking ability. Because there's no way I could do that. And then you're like, okay, you start slow, and then you're and then at the end of it, you're like, I am the best.
Yeah, my buddy Alex, who got this game, played the old PS2 version. So I was at his place when I was in California, and he's playing this game on the most ridiculous songs.
Yeah, he's just
dude, I want to do that, man. It's cool.
Yeah,
but yeah, I definitely like rhythm games. They're cool, zoning out. Have a beer.
Plus, it's been a while since we've all played rhythm games. You know what I mean? There was a time that's all we played, so it kind of got burned out, and now we haven't done it.
DDR. So.
That's true. Some of us.
It's so funny that they're picturing you playing DDR at the place.
Oh, it's not pretty. It is not pretty.
Sweat.
Oh yeah,
sweat.
It's awesome.
Speaking
You're
of
breaking the game.
I work out now, without because I would work out, right, play DDR and stuff, and I'm a big guy. People, if you don't watch the YouTube video,
yeah.
So I there's some sweating going on.
Yeah, of course.
So now I normally get home from work, change, work out, but I'm like, why do I put a freaking shirt on? I'll just work. No one's looking at me. Right? I'm at home. Who cares? So I'm working out without a shirt on. It's probably just as disgusting as you're thinking.
I feel like there should be montage
as you're
music,
imagining right now.
Montage 80s music.
Yeah, right. I got the headband to keep sweat out of my eyes and stuff. I look ridiculous. But that's definitely the way to go. It's shirt off while working out. You feel better with your shirt off.
Web exclusive content right there.
Yeah.
Put a camera
Not
in
pretty. PG-13.
That should be what they get when they send an email in. Video
of Gerald working out.
Hey, I'll give you, if you want to pay us for those, I'll do it. Why not? Anyways, I think that's all I got. David, what you doing?
A couple of things. We talked about superheroes a little bit. I watched the newest WB animated movie that came out, Justice League Dark.